Yes.
It seems like most of the progressive movements are committed to nonviolence, but you seem to be advocating a more strong physical resistance. And I wonder, at what point do we draw the line? At what amount of property damage do we accept? What amount of physical violence do we accept? What issues are strong enough to put us in a place where we are willing to stand and take a beating for what we believe?
Those are good questions. They're hard to answer in the abstract, I think. I have a considerable respect for nonviolence, but I don't treat it as inevitably a necessary rule. The reason I have respect for nonviolence is that I think it helps to protect the protesters. The espousal of the goal of nonviolence is a form of self-defense. Now, everybody knows that the civil rights movement in the South professed nonviolence, that people were taught to cover their heads when the white mobs came to beat them up, and to just endure the spitting, the beating, and so forth. But violence, the violence of the white mob, was being used strategically in those demonstrations. Do you think they didn't know that the mob was going to beat them up? Of course they did. They were trying to do, they were using violence. Violence was part of those movements and part of why they were successful. Moreover, even African Americans were not always nonviolent. The riots in Birmingham were African American riots. And there were, I've forgotten now what they were called, but there were groups, what? Deacons for Defense, right. I met those guys, and they were serious. So, look, it's partly a problem of almost strategy and propaganda. You know, it's a violent country. It's a violent government. It's killing people. And they're going to call us violent if we break a window. But they will do that. So probably, unless you have good reason for breaking the window, probably you shouldn't do that. Unless it's, you know, a big part of your strategy.